How did we go from the road to the water? I told you to keep your eyes off me. Right now it seems our lives are only getting harder, 'cause we thought the sun sets us free. So I say open the windows and let the water in. We've held our breath for long.
You guys can hear all right? I don't sound like a robot. Get less fat, Tim. How's it going, guys? How are you guys doing? How's life? Let's just go straight to stocks to trade because I'm live in a trade. For those who bought the guide, thank you. I saw quite a few sales run through. And for those who, I think with compliant for stocks to trade, guys, I think if you want to buy, it's a waiting list now, because stocks to trade, like, I don't know, they've got some compliance thing where they said 660K, but they had a bit of trouble with it, so now they're changing it. But all should be well. It should be back up in a week. Yeah, so let's just talk about MREO now, because I'm live in it. I'm for sure skinnier than I used to be, for sure. Screen one, share. Cool. So it's a weird one with MREO. I mean, basically, it's traded 60 mil. It's set to trade about 100 mil probably. I'm actually up $380 on this one. Wrong one. Yeah. So on the guide, on the data, MREO was set to trade about 100 mil, 100 to 120, something like that. The average high, it's sub penny, hang on. The average high of stocks trading 100 mil, I've got, in terms of data, is 34% high, and they'll close 4% green. So for MREO, 30, if it's a 34% high, that's like 25% is 4, 34% is about 420, 430. So I start showing MREO in the 413s because the data said that it'll top around this area. Lo and behold, it completely topped in this area. The data also says it should close about 6% above the opening price. So 6% above the opening is about 315. So I'm expecting if this trades like every other stock in this price range, and it should give it all back, because like if you look at the chart, it's full of wicks. I mean, it hasn't traded that much volume, but it's full of wicks. This should have just failed. There's been a hedge fund push this at 945, 950. We see this all the time. There's often hedge funds that can push penny stocks up and say, oh, I've just made 30% return on investment for my client. They can push up the percentages at the end of the year. But this volume that's pushed it up has to sell off before the end of the day and before the weekend. So it's not like this is a good company. I mean, from what I know, I don't know. I don't think this is a good company. So I was short in the pre. I took it off around this area at like 945, 950. It just wasn't breaking down properly. Then huge volume coming and ripped it. This is hedge funds in this area pushing the volume in. And I just basically looked at the data. The data says it'll top here. So I got back in short on the 420s. And I've been in and out. I'm like $30 down on my current position. I messed up Mora, so I'm a little bit red on Mora as well. So I lost 200 on Mora, made 400 pretty much on MREO. So I mean, it's hugging VWAP. If it starts hugging VWAP all day, it's a bit like it might have an afternoon push. But I'd imagine this is just done at this point. Mora, I'm a bit disappointed with myself. I mean, I cut the losses really well, and I was short about $16,000, which is quite a bit. Like 16 grand, like 1% move is 160 loss. So I only lost like $200, which is pretty good for the size that I had. I think on MREO, it looks like we're going to try and squeeze it up. We'll see what happens on that. I might be 200, 300 red on the day. But I'm not too against it. I think whoever's pushed this up has to get out, so I don't mind. And with Mora, like Bitcoin's broke out, it was pulling back. And Mora was on a first red day, so I thought I'd catch some fade before the next leg higher. But I mean, in retrospect, it was probably a dumb idea. To short a first red day on Bitcoin when it's just broke all-time highs. It would need to break down below the initial like all-time high breakout level. Otherwise, I think it's just a bit of a dumb move. So yeah, I mean, that's it really. Turbo Trades. Are you the one from Stocks to Trade Pro? So like I say, I'm $90 down, 90 realized, 70 unrealized. I'm actually in profit on the day. I just fucking burned commissions getting in and out with size. Like, when you've got more size, if you're trading like if you get in and out like $5,000, $10,000, the ECN fees and the commissions burn you. I mean, you get your platforms free, but you get burnt by like my commissions is $180 today. But I'm actually probably green. Let's just go to the top for some questions. So yeah, so Mara, look, I was shorting in this area. I thought this was a really nice head and shoulders. It just didn't work. I would do it again. Well, not on Bitcoin though. But you've got a really nice head and shoulders there. I was shorting this breakdown, but it just ultimately like held the VWAP. Got this nice uptrend, slight wedge break. And once it just breaks through that, like that wedge, then it's just a way in it. Managed to get $2.5 grand, like dollar position back into MREO. So that's not bad. Like a 10% drop would be like $250. That's for sure putting us green on the day. Let's just see who's here and see. I'm fat up here, but I'm definitely a bit skinnier. I feel shit. Naza, what's up? Ravi. Cool. What's up, man? I fucking love that picture. I'm too bad in these days, man. It's tough, man. Shorting is tough. You bought the guide. It helps. I'm not bad, brother. I got fucking drunk. I was playing poker with Papa John and Dan Irish, and I got too drunk, and then I felt ill all of yesterday, and I still feel ill today. Like I wanted to have a beer now to pull around, but I think the Wall Street Journal, I meant to call us this afternoon, so I'm like, I can't really drink. Or if I do, it's like 1 or 2. I don't want to fuck that up. MREO, yeah, we talked about. I mean, MREO, look, it's a sign of a fucking good trader when you can shorted the open and banked, and then I let it rip and then shorted the backside and banked. So I know me gappers when I'm like, it's a huge green day and I'm like doing well on it short. The gate is out. Yeah, I think I've got a. One sec. You have to go on a waiting list to get it because stocks to trade, like they put it live and then they're like, oh, hang on, we need to see your statements. We can't really push it live until it's proven. And I was like, so I've sent them all my trading statements, but so I think it was live and then they're just double checking some stuff. But it's been cool. It's all going well. That is, yeah. So you can go on the wait list here. Just dropped it in. SHMP, I can take a look. I'm $1 down on MREO. Should slam. What is it? SHMP. So this is like a new TradeZero challenge, but the reason it's that because I don't know what challenge to do. I need some help from you guys. So if you guys have got any ideas on a challenge I can do with a small account, I'm all ears. I think next year all I want to do is just push a fuckload of YouTube content out. Like, I'm really keen to like get a lot of free helpful content on very specific focuses and areas. Because I'm not working full time, I've got much more time to build my YouTube channel and do it properly. So there'll be a shit ton of free content coming next year, I think. For SHMP, like SEC failings, like proper patterns, like stock trade reviews, live streams, I'll just put it for free. I don't care anymore. Is this the OTC or no? It is the OTC. Yeah, it's mushroom play, shrimp, whatever the fuck that is. Let's just make sure I've got this on my watch list for OTCs. Yeah, it's the top one. So it's interesting. I mean, look, I would not be long in this now. It's up too much. So it can only really be a short, like unless it consolidates a bunch of days and then pushes off again. Come on, MREO, I'm fucking watching you to make the next leg down. Let's just put covers in for this. I'll go like 7. So I'm just putting covers in. I've got like a couple of grand in MREO, so it's got like a fucking 335 cover in, so I'll have to get like 5-6% if it drops. It looks close. These wicks is always signs of sellers, like people are selling. There's some sort of sellers. It can't hold the ties properly. I reckon this is due to panic. It's just a matter of time. You'll probably get a big panic down to the 20 cents. I certainly wouldn't be going long this. I don't know how. I mean, look, you've got this breakout of 30. It is interesting because you've kind of got this level that it's holding, but yeah, which is like kind of here as well. It's just not for me, man. It's not liquid enough. It's up too much. It's not really first red day for a panic or anything, so it's just not a trade. It's a short trade, if anything. What's up, Hank? Haza. Matthew Giraud. He sounds a bit French. MDXG. Yeah, it's hot in this house. Oh, wow. Very nice. Not as volatile as it looks. It's 5 to 10, but it's done it over like 4 days. I don't like I mean, it's not a long. I mean, look, these are the types of stocks that I just dip by red to green, dip by red to green. Like, you didn't really get the opportunity because again, it's not really very liquid. Like a couple of mil a day is just it's not going to do it for us. If you bought the breakout in the like 7s, awesome. Nice. MREO is coming down. If you bought the breakout in the 7s, nice. Otherwise, it's not liquid enough to play first red day. It just doesn't trade enough shares. But I'd be looking for a first red day on this. And I'm not really chasing a parabolic because God knows how much higher it can go in this market. So it's kind of a no play. Most plays are no plays, sadly. What's up, Gav? It was out and now it's the pulled it for whatever reason. I'm not like stocks that trade have just got a compliance. They've got to review the thing on compliance. So just have to wait for it to go through and then it'll be back out again. But there is a link to like sign up for it. I've just posted it. NXTD. Did I just check that out? Hey, Anna. First red day gone wrong. Let's put this on the watch list. Looks good. NXTD again, like really nice parabolic. This should have really been the end. If I'd have caught something around the 180s here, read it out and then reshorted into. I mean, I like the reshort into the 170s. Like this a lot, but I wouldn't. It's just mid range now on the day, and ultimately it's held, so that's a bit scary. I mean, this should have broke down today, but I've seen these kind of plays that don't break down on the first red day, but then they'll just collapse out of nowhere on the second day or whatever. So, I mean, it's like not a hot sector. It's business services, security and protection. It's not a hot sector. I don't know why it's up. Is it related to Bitcoin? Looks like it might be related to Bitcoin. I think it is related to Bitcoin. If it's related to Bitcoin, it's got a catalyst, so it might keep going. I didn't realize. NXTD is SCYX Bitcoin as well, or ZYNE. Had a couple of them as well. Let's just read this. Come on, you fucker, MREO, snap. I'm up $30. If it snaps, I'll be green on the day. What the fuck does this mean? I don't fucking know. God knows. Is it Bitcoin this or what? Anna, that's a fucking dangerous thing to do. MREO is not a long. I know it ran, but it is not a long. It only ran because of fucking hedge funds in it. I mean, arguably it's a bit of a long, but I mean that red to green, or I mean with MREO, I mean you can't say it's not a long. It's up 60%, right? And you've got these nice breakout multi-day moves on less volume. So I get how it's a long. If you're going to take this long, I think your only safe entry is like here when it breaks VWAP or when it pulls back and holds VWAP. This is pretty much when I get out. I was like, well, I didn't get out. I was just like, I think I can't remember if I shorted the initial parabolic. But I mean, look, that you've got two long entries there, and you've got the obvious long entry. You've got a really nice. You've got a really nice trend break. When that breaks trend and the volume comes in, I guess you've got a really nice entry there. Sometimes I think I need to be more of a long trader. So yeah, I get how. But I mean, I think this is done now. I can't see this coming back. Never know, never say never. If it hugs VWAP and starts making higher lows, you might get one last squeeze out of it. Lunchtime now. I'm tempted to take it off. I'm like down $1. I'm like flat at 354 on this. Now I'm down 15 at that little push. But I mean, you would think this will just consolidate a bit and then have a next leg down. But if it does hug VWAP, it can certainly squeeze back. Tempted to take it off. I don't know if it's worth the hassle. But I always underplay these patterns. Like I always underplay, but I've not got a good feeling about this one. So cover 355. Were you in as well? Yeah, I mean, I'm flat. I'm down on this actually. So if you're short now, you've got a better entry. But it's just this could. I've got a horrible feeling it's going to squeeze to like 380 out of nowhere, and tons of volume is going to come in. Like when it does go, it normally gives most of it back. but then sometimes it has multiple days as well. There might be just enough interest in this to keep it going. But I mean, well, it's mid-range. I can't really do much. So like, you've got this and you've got this. So till it really chooses a direction and channel, I can't really. The thing is though, like, so the odds are either way. Like if I cut it up here or I'll take profits down here. Like it's a 1-for-1 trade ultimately. So do I want to be in a 1-for-1 trade? Well, sometimes I do. I want to be in a 1-for-1 trade if it's more likely to fail than go. So the question is it more likely to fail than go? And right now, I'd say it is more likely to fail than go. But if it consolidates for another 20 minutes, I'd say it might be more likely to go than fail. If it doesn't break down in the next 20 minutes, I'd say odds are it might build some support and push. So if it doesn't break down in the next 10 minutes, 15 minutes, I might just take it off for break even. What's up? What advice can you give a beginner trader who lets his emotions get the best of him? Just trade small. Trade small. I used to be exactly the same. I'd be shaking when I was trading. Like if I was up $20, I'd be shaking wanting to take it. Just over years and years, your pain thresholds and your emotional thresholds improve. So like for a lot of the pros, like they can be down $8,000 and it's just a red day. Do you know what I mean? Whereas for me, like I can be down. Like I was down 500 earlier, and I was just like, bad day. Doesn't really matter. But then you can be up 1,000 and it doesn't matter as well. You're just like whatever. So like up or down 1,000 is equally like not really a big deal anymore. It's the when something gets over 1,000, like 1,500, 2, 3, like that's when I start being happy outside either way. Yeah, data's in the guide, brother. I don't know, like it's manipulated as well, or it scares us. I mean, I initially thought so, for sure. But then when I'm sitting down on it, I'm like, yeah, hedge funds, for sure. Yeah, I know. I don't feel very good. Like I say, I got drunk with Papa John. But I got drunk. He made us get drunk just so he could beat us at poker. I'm a bit scared that this is going to squeeze, but like I say, I mean, what I'm going to be 150 red day. It doesn't matter. I think I've cleared $2,000 on the week. It's a breakout. It's breaking out of the fours. Like it could top at the fours as well. Aerial system. I always like these trend breaks like this. Any trend break, when the trend, there's so many trend traders, trend followers that when it snaps, everyone gets out who followed the trend because that's the strategy. So I like these trend breaks, especially when you're coming into like a $4 resistance and it broke trend. But I missed the trade. So obviously 420s is your entry. I can't see this going lower than this. Probably consolidates a few more days and breaks out. I don't know the reason why, but like, I mean, look, so like the last time, fuck's sake, I'm down $60. The last time it rejected this level, you had like a small red day, then it just stayed. So like you've not really got too much money on that. And the likelihood of it breaking out isn't a million miles away as well. It's just, you need more volatility, like bigger moves. This is a decent move. Like, I mean, it's 3 to 4, but it's 25%. Like I want 50% moves, 60% moves. It's all right. Like it's showing the resistance in the fours. Like I don't mind it. I just missed it. It's not my kind of setup, to be honest. Hazagaza. Fuck's sake, I'm down $65. I mean, look, I'm trading tiny. Like I'm trading tiny. I'm not bothered. This MREO looks like it's going to squeeze to me. I wouldn't be surprised. Maybe they've got a plan to rip it in the afternoon. I'll give this a few more seconds to get out of this channel. If it breaks out of the channel, then I'll just take it off. It'll be $100 like loss. Not bad. Biotech. Biotechs have been hot lately. Tech hardware. Again, nice breakout in the 350s. This market's outrageous. Nice breakout. Nice run. But ultimately, we've gone from the 3s to the 6s here. Not bad volume. I'd be looking for first red day. This might be the first red day, but if it gaps down tomorrow, but it, 3 till 6 is not bad. If it opens somewhere in the like 5s, low 5s, high 4s tomorrow, it's potential first red day short. But you've missed the breakout buy. Obviously, that was the 350s. ABML. Well, I thought it was quiet today. I'm not surprised I lost. ABML, I see this pattern all the time. Gap fail, reversal. Oh, sweet. Gap fail, reversal, rebreak out, 40 cents as it's at 46. It's holding trend, holding strong now. So not a surprise to see this 50 plus. 50 plus tomorrow. Anyone who shorted out on this day and held is fucked now. So again, I think this looks really nice. It's not really a hot sector. Don't know the news. Don't like mining stocks and stuff like it. But I don't mind the breakout. Like if you bought this breakout in the 38 cents, it's like, and again, like it's the same pattern that we just saw. It's all stocks break out the same way. You've got like a really nice kind of, I don't know where you're going to mark it, but like, it's more like here. When the wedge breaks and then it starts holding, you've got a little bit of coggling before it's away, but that wedge breaks at 36 and the breakout is like what, 38. So this is where it's held a bit, wondering, and then it's popped, and when it's popped, it's through. So if you're buying in the 38s, fair play to you. Again, it's another one missed. You've got to be watching these. I wasn't watching that. Cut it at the crack open the beers. Let's go back to MREO because I'm actually in it. Down $36. It's just lunchtime consolidation. It's boring. Let us check the link. SQFT and CURO. Not really enough chart history. It's kind of a recent IPO. Not enough chart history to play it, but you've got like your head, shoulder, lower shoulder, head. Got your head and shoulders breakdown, but it's just not for me that. Not enough information on the chart to play it either way. Hero. It's fucking weird. Like it's not volatile, and now it's volatile all of a sudden on 25 mil shares. Again, you've got the breakout on 16. It's just not my type of pattern. Portland at Omaha. Yeah, I vaguely know how to play, but not really. Is this fucker finally coming down? I'm down $15 on it. Look. Tempted to just take the small loss, just to not have to look at it. No interest in shorting LKNCY. I don't think it's doing anything. It's just mid-range LKNCY. No play. Yeah, fucking F1 team boss. He trades very simple strategy. Like they say, keep it simple, stupid. He trades very simple, but like it works, and he has an edge. He's doubled his account over 3 months. I used to trade a bit like that, but just with time and experience and knowledge, I could just see things. Like I could see what hedge funds were doing. Like I can figure out what hedge funds are doing. I know when they're in certain stocks. I can just tell by the price action. I have an overall feel of what's hot in the market and what's not, and when stocks are heavy and light. So I really can trade on an intuition based on experience, whereas before, like I had to stick to like rigid rules. When now I'm like, I just feel intuition based on experience of what people behind the stock are doing and why. And it's good. Like you just piggyback the money. Like I see what people with money are doing, like the hedge funds are doing, and I just piggyback. So piggyback long, piggyback short. Or a sector can make something. A sector can put money and liquidity into the market. So if I see a sector getting hot, which is putting demand into it with the lack of supply, then I'll follow the money. Both ways, long and short. I mean, like for example, Mora made $500 long. It was my best long in a while. I bought. So it broke out, and then I was buying this breakout day in the 820s. And you could see it's a bit overextended and stuff like that. But yeah, this is the day. So Mora, actually, we're talking about this on a live stream, and I was saying I'd buy it if it just holds up, whatever. You can see the markings on the last live stream. So with Mora, I just bought it at the close at like 8 because Bitcoin was it had been setting up to break out all day. So I bought Mora at like, say, like 830s, 820s. And because if you look at the Bitcoin chart, Bitcoin's setting up to break out on this day. It did break out. And then we got this move from 8 to 10. So I just knew that everyone would buy when Bitcoin bought. So, and I could see Bitcoin was breaking out. So I just bought it before everyone and then sold it when they were buying. Is that Mora going to 10 now? What's this stock? Yeah, Mara's ripping. So Mara's come all the way back. Bitcoin might be making some recovery now. Yeah, MREO I'm going to take off in a sec. Slap the ask. Oh, okay. One sec. Let's just try and restart this. It's been a bit weird. Nice to know you. Let's do it again. Wrong one. MREO's coming down as we've just gone off the internet. I'm up $6. I should take it off now. It's not coming down, but it's dropping. I'm so wrecked. What else are you guys seeing? It's nice to have a little audience. It's cool. I love it when people answer back. How is the mid-range? It's near 10 from 4. Well, yes. All right, I'm up 60. They pulled it back, the cunts. I'm up $60 on MREO. 62, 44s are going. You guys might need to watch it on yours. 44s. It's being supported a bit. I've got me cover at what? 335. So I need 10 cents more. So 42s. Got to cover at 35. Let's try and get this up so you guys can see. MREO. So we can see this. I've got, like I say, cover at 334. It's starting to pull a little bit, so let's just see what happens here. We'll go over this. I'm not finished with this question. Just seeing if the 44s can go. Looks heavy. Heavy. 43s. 41s just skipped. Wow. 42s bidding it back up, back to the 41s. 42s holding again. It's on the edge of just breaking this support. It's on a support line. Like it's this it's through the support. It's just taking its time to fall. Give it a few more seconds and I'll just take it off because I'm up $80. I don't mind. Support at 42. 42 is getting hit. 4,100 on two separate bids. 3,600, 2,900. The adding, someone's trying to soak up the bid. You fucking cunts. 42s have gone. 41s have gone. 40s are going. About 6,000 on the 40s, but it's going. Oh, I'm getting out. I don't like how that bid keeps skipping up. Bids keep on skipping up on it. So that was cool, like $80. So I'm down $10 on the day. 42 is getting hit again. I want to be green now, so I have to take another trade. Nah, oh, it's fucked up. 40s is about to go. Took it off a bit early, got spooked. There's just too much soaking. Like the bid is relentless on this. It's like a wall. Oh fuck. Got a little bit dropped in like the 36s, but immediately bought back up. Like when I see this, I know that someone wants this higher. Like they're not letting this break support. This should have failed 4 times, and it's been sketchy all day. 40s going again. Like it shouldn't fall to 36 and then immediately pop back up to the 40s. It shouldn't do that. Someone with sizes is holding this up. 39s, 38s, ever re-hit 39 again. They're gonna squeeze this back up, I think. It'll go to like 355, 360 all of a sudden. I love how you guys are all just watching. 41s. Yeah, it's like the key level won't break. 43s. Heavy asks, but the bid's just soaking. It's interesting. 39 retest. I don't buy that breaking down. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Okay, LKNCY. Let's take a quick look. Bit like number 4. LKNCY, yeah, it's nice. From 3 to 9. First red day. It's almost tempted. It's always tempted to take it now. Is that the one that I was talking about before with someone? Sorry. Sorry, man. LKNCY is not mid-range. My mistake. My mistake. No, it's not mid-range at all. Sorry, I was mixing it up with another ticker. My apologies. Yeah, no, this looks like a good short. You don't know how high it's going to go. These OTCs are a nightmare. This trend break, I don't mind this short. I don't like short and front side on OTCs. But first red day for sure. Have I got this on me OTC list? No, I don't. Crazy. Yeah, LKNTY is definitely a potential short. I'd wait for Monday though. Like let it gap and then short the push on Monday, or let it open red and short the green red level. Like I don't see the point in guessing the top, especially when it's a double bottomed here. I'm down $11. Does anyone have a trade where I can make $11? Mira. Mara. Yeah, Mara could squeeze into the close. I will not be the only short on that. See, like I cut Mara. I think I cut Mara at around the 9s. Would have been 10% down. Would have been 10% down on 10 grand. Would have been a grand loss. Thank God I cut that. I forgot. It's the bid's really weird. What's up, Jobless Pilot? We've been going for 40 minutes, by the way, guys. Jesus Christ. We may as well make it the hour. I can't believe there's like the 60 of you in the room, which is not loads. Like, it's not a lot that there's 60 people in the room, but like, it's pretty cool. We're 40 minutes in. It's free, like. First red day on the SPI. Blink. Michelle, great to see you in. I hope I can make some money this afternoon. Blink. Long. I like that. Now, 35 levels just broke. I've already got these levels on, obviously, drew these levels from the prior day. You're going to need this to consolidate until 1 o'clock and then buy and risk off this level. I don't like buying it off. I prefer to have got a dip on it. But, yeah, blinks. But what you've got to look at is if blink's going, LKNCY, if blink's going and you've kind of missed this one, just look for the sympathy plays. Yeah, LKNCYs, you need to wait for the first red day probably, or like short it if it's got a big gap on Monday, but it's not for it. It's way too early in the pattern for me. But like Blink's looks to be the sector leader because it's up the most. But you want to be looking at so if Blink, you've kind of just missed the dip on that. Check the sympathy plays. So Neo is a bit off its highs. FCell. See, like FCell, like see that break? It's just broke 914. And it's just broke out of this like little range. So you've got a multi-day breakout on FCell. And you know that FCell's following Blink. Fucking FCell's away as well. So FCell's like 914 break. So around this area. It's re-broke. Again, they're all just following Blink. So like if you could buy this somewhere off the 920, you can buy it now, right? Like you could buy, I don't like chasing it up here, but I don't mind taking a bit and then like buying like going fully in, like third size here and 2/3 size in the 920s, 910s, 9s. Like I don't mind taking a third here and then dip buying a third lower and a third lower and averaging in. Because FCell is a multi-day breakout following Blink. Like it's not a bad long. Better to get it on a dip. But the whole EV sector is up and breaking out. You've also got KNDI. KNDI is fucked. What's going on with Tesla these days? Tesla's like breaking out the new highs. Can you believe that's nearly in the 700s? Probably going higher. AYRO, Solo, all EVs. They've come down a lot, like AYRO and Solo, though. Like they're not as strong. Like FCell is my favorite of them all. But you probably need to just make sure that they're like I'd be tempted to just make sure that they've got money and they don't need to do an offering anytime soon. But they've probably got the offerings off. I don't know what these red days are. But this 928 level, FCell is right on a multi-day breakout. And it's consolidated for like 20 days. I'm tempted with this one. What do you guys think? Yeah, I mean, MREO looks done. That was a mistake to take it off, but I was just scared by the level 30. It's never a mistake to fucking be safe and take your profits. MREO can fuck off. I thought it really would have been green if I had held. Yeah, sorry, brother. You gotta know it. Like, look, you've got to track the data, man. Track your data, and you'll know. This is as low as it should go. According to my data, 315s, 325s is where it should be the end. FSL, yeah, FSL to me looks good. Looks good. You guys all agree? Let's all buy it together. I like FSL. I'm very, very tempted. Only because it's following Blink, and Blink is like 52-week highs breakout. But I don't want to chase Blink because, like, Blink is on its third green day in a row, where FSL is following Blink, but it's got all of this consolidation. So it's safer to buy off this level. It's a decent buy, I think. I'm gonna take it like what time is it? I'll take it at like 1 o'clock. If it holds up okay and it consolidates till 1, I'll probably take FSL long. I think I'll just follow Blink in the EV sectors rebounding. So it looks good. FSL is probably top long. I'm glad I looked through those EVs. Is there any other sectors kind of hot? OTCs are all a bit weird at the moment. You've got your LKNCY. That's going to be a short on Monday probably. Your Bitcoin's obviously running, but obviously with Bitcoin you need to just let it set up again. Like I took a really nice long on Mora, but you need this to like reset up. Like ideally you need 5 days consolidation for it to reset up. You trying to be the chat guy. Potentially. Is this the free version of Drunk 87 chat room? I'm with it. Fuck knows, mate. Can't see us ever doing a chat room. Certainly not for a few more years. If ever, probably not. CLNE. Mora's decent right to green. I didn't expect that. It's on its second green day, so I don't like it as much as FSL, but I don't mind it. Again, it's like energy, clean energy. It's held VWAP. It's not my type of pattern, but it looks good. Looks like it's probably due next leg. Is it in the same sector as all of the other crap, all the EVs? This says oil and gas to me. So if it's not in the same category, it's not the trade for me. But it's setting up like it wants to go again, but it's just not for me for whatever reason. I wish I'd held on to MREO. I would have been green on the day. Is there anything to trade? Like, is there anything? Square foot, Curo. Fucking shit talks. I hate it when I see talks like that. I used to try and short shit like this. It was stupid, but it works. But yeah, I know. Blink on a dip's probably not a bad idea. Fuck knows what it is, mate. It's not for me though. That MREO is stupid. I was a bit of an early cover on that one. I think it's not going much lower than that though. I'm glad I didn't take it off though. That was good. What the fuck's AK? Arkansas. That is random. Yeah, I don't want the red day though. I don't want the red day. $2,000 week. I was worried about this month. I was fucking red on the first week of the month. 3,488. The borrows will have to come off it, like 62,000. Not bad. Nah, I want the green day. I know it's not good discipline, but I want it. There's got to be a trade out there that gets us $200. I'll bring the average on red days down a little bit. Like, at least if I take $11 off, my average red day will be like, cuts that in half. Average red day is what, like 800? Losing average net loss. $1,000 is my average red day. Oh, God. Average green day is about 700 probably. This is classic big money pushing this up and then just selling it back down. It is just called as an XL. You're dead right, Hank. You're dead right. I will take a trade because it'll be like, I told you not to take a trade. Rad's mid-range, and that one is mid-range. Let's just check some of the higher priced, see what we've got. If there's a good higher priced, I'll take it, but Apple, it's just consolidating after it's broke new levels. Amazon, nice rejection into resistance, but I've missed it. Facebook and Twitter are my favorite ones to trade. Facebook looks like it could bounce. Yeah, it's bouncing. You've got your double bottom and your bounce. Netflix. Netflix is just kind of double topped on its new breakout and it's rejecting. It's a bit too down low. Facebook. Facebook looks like that should be a higher low off a double bottom. I've just looked at that. Fuck. Twitter's like coiling nice. Twitter looks like it's going to make another leg up. It's all over the place. That's whippy as hell. Horrible trader. Disney was breaking out. I took a little bit short on Disney the other day, like $100 or whatever. Disney's coiling. You've got like this nice little wedge that it's looking to break out of. It's very tight. Disney is very tight. Looks like it's probably going to break out to the upside though, because it's been doing nothing but going higher. Now the world's going back to normal and Disneyland can open and movies can start being produced again. But did it ever go down? Like Disney was in the 150s and then it collapsed during coronavirus and now it's kind of coming back now that we're back to normal. I just track anything that gaps, mate. Whatever gaps, more than 25%, I just track. It's a bit of work. It's an hour a day. Fuck that. MRA was not killing back. Never say never. That's why I covered it before, but I think it's done. I was wrong before. AMBL. Like this is trading, guys. It's a bit boring. I'm just staying here because there's a lot of people on the live stream, so I'm happy to help you. If there's a lot of people watching, I'll stay and help. AMBL. Try the ticker again. That didn't work. AQMS. There is VR in this, by the way. It's the first one. AQMS. Nice breakout of this channel in the 160s. It's not a hot sector. It's not really showing too much volatility. I mean, it's all right, but it's like, especially for longs, you need conviction. Like, why is it up? Like FCell, it's like it's up because of Blink. The EV sector's ran before, it's pulled back, it'll run again. It should run again. EVs, like, why is the EV sector running? Because fucking battery powered stuff is the future. Like, there's a real weight behind the EV run, but like aqua metals, like, what's the plan? Why is it, like, you need to know what's it doing and why is it doing it? Like, if you can answer these questions, then it's a trade. But I don't know what Agua Metals is doing, and it's the same with Berkshire Hathaway and that fucking rich investor. He buys things when he understands what they're doing and where they're going and why. Do you know what I mean? I've always heard that from Thingy Buffett. If he gets the company and he knows why it's running, he'll buy it on a dip or whatever. It's the same with us. If I understand why EV's running and it makes sense in my head, and the technicals align, then it's a good buy. But right, there's 63 of you in the room. I want 63 to be back by the time I get back. I'm 2 minutes. $63, not a single person left. I like it. Does any of you all listen to the podcast? You guys will have to answer Gilbert. God, I feel knackered. Still wishing I would have bought into QS last month. And financial services, yeah, I don't really know much about it. Looks good though. Looks like it's going to come down to me, that. Adding that as well. Oh, I've already got it. Okay. So FCell pushed from this double top the last time we were watching, and it's made it like higher. I don't feel comfortable buying this though. Like, it's up, it's way off VWAP. It's like 5% off VWAP. I really would like this to come right down to the like 920s. But then it's only in the 940s. It's a couple of percent. Should I swing this? I think I'm going to swing it just for practice. But then I hate myself. I hate myself when I lose long. Nah, I'm chasing it. I need a big pullback or I'm not buying it. Does that make the water bottle hard to clean? The beer? Yeah, but I just don't care. Like, you get stronger and better by not. You get stronger and better by drinking germs. Makes you healthy. It's good. It's healthy. Gilbert Singleton, which podcast? Best trading podcast out there. Steady Trade. I'm on Steady Trade podcast with Tim Bourne. We just interviewed Dan Pipitone from TradeZero. He was super cool guy, super fun. I can't wait to get that one live. May run because of tax season coming up. Yeah, no idea about stuff like that. Took me 2 months to listen to every episode of the podcast, and then I listened to it again. Bless. Guys, I'm knackered. What time? It's only 6 o'clock here. And I don't know if what's going on. I was hoping to hear from the Wall Street Journal people, but maybe it's not going to happen. Maybe it's not going to happen. It would have been nice to have been in the paper, but I don't need fucking validated by anyone, so yeah, I think so. Twist, I need to watch Twist more. Never watch it. I've been on it, and it's the guys don't hold back. Like, I really need to get on Twist. I don't read books, mate. I'm so bad for it. What shall I do with TradeZero? I need to do a small challenge. Like with TradeZero, I'm like one of the top affiliates. I didn't know, right? But someone told us I'm like the 5th best affiliate for them. I'm a good affiliate anyway. I don't know what affiliate I am, but I'm a good affiliate. So if you want to use TradeZero, like it makes me look good to them, so I like it. But if you want to use TradeZero, please, for internationals, it's $500 account, 6-to-1 leverage, access to how to borrow stocks. You get big account privileges with a small account. Like, how good's that for advertising for them? I just came up with that in my head. Right, like not right now. I've said it in the past and thought it sounded good, so I remembered it. But it's good. Please use me a referral link if you want a broker that you can short stocks with. Yeah, checkers and a long challenge is good. Like, I've been doing well with me longs. Like I say, I made $600. Yesterday I made $600 only long, because I was too hungover in bed to do anything else. Don't know about OTC long biased. Fuck, maybe long though. Once you get more imposter accounts on social media, I've had a couple there. I've had a couple. Yeah, I know what you're saying. It's tough though, because like, mate, someone's gonna like write every single word that we say on the podcast, and like someone types out all of the words, so it like improves SEO or something. And we've also got to make sure that we'll have a backlog, so we don't get we don't just not publish one day. They're quite professional about it. Just do what you do, but 1,000 to 100k in a year. Tempted? Aye, for the new year, it's tempted to do like an annual challenge. But we did it though. Like, we just did TradeZero. Like, I did 1.8k to 3.6 or something for. But the problem with that is I get affiliate payments in my brokerage account. So if I refer people, to give us like $20 a day. For the people, when they trade, I get the money. So like, it doesn't really make sense to do a challenge, because it's not real. Like, I did the small account one and I got up like 1.8 to 5 or 4.9, but so I flipped it, doubled it in a bit. But like, really, I checked the profit and loss, and I doubled the account through trading, but there was also affiliates, so it's not really fair. Yeah, I'm leaving that one. It does actually. Is that Billy, the one who replies to all me Twitter stuff for us? I appreciate that, by the way. If that's you, Billy. TradeZero, you've got access to the how to borrow stocks with the $2,500 account. You're under PDT, but it's still $2,500. SpeedTrade has 30 grand. MREO is killing back. SpeedTrade has 30 grand, but for the Americans, it's a 2,500 account, and you've got 3, obviously PDT, but you've got how to borrow stocks. I don't know about leverage though. I presume you get leverage. Fucking playing poker with Dan and Papa John and that. They're good at in Hoodie. They're good poker players though. Like Papa John, I fuck around with him, but he wiped the floor with us. He beat us like 3 games in a row. Luckily, we're not playing for too much money, but I won like $100. Like, oh, Papa John, like 80 quid. For what? Poker. Like, that's dumb. But I think we'll be playing tonight when the market closes. So 6 o'clock UK. So in 3 hours, we'll probably play. Nice. Yeah, you just need to see things happen more and more, and you'll get there. I think it's a great idea. I think it's a great idea to grow a small account. And anything that you can do profitably is brilliant. MREO is killing, man. There's fucking insiders in that. MGNI. I need to start taking Warrior Trading's followers, like just dropping links in the chat room, being like, by the way, I'm live streaming and it's free. I don't bag people. Nice breakout, mate. Nice breakout, nice consolidation. It's up a lot. It's not a hot sector. But the chart is strong. It's not, again, not my style, but I don't mind the 21 break. You've got a couple of bucks on it. Hey, Billy, I appreciate everything you've done. Thanks so much. It's kind of you to be so helpful. Z or Y I'm in now. Guys, this like, honestly, like I can't find a good trade. Like FSL maybe. That's not a ticker, brother. Z or Y. Give us the other ticker, whatever it is. MREO is killing, man. I can't see them squeezing this. It's too much effort. Are you guys all on YouTube? Yeah. Normally when the live stream comes on, like everyone's on Twitter. Twitter connects first and then everyone leaves and everyone's on YouTube. But it's just mostly everyone on YouTube. Guys, is there anything like what can I do in 2021 to help you guys? Like what would you like? Because I'm full time at this, right? I'm doing well. I'm only getting better. So I'm like established, profitable trader, whatever. So what can I do to help you guys more? Because that's the whole point and why I did this 4 years ago. So like, do you want like 10-minute videos on specific topics? Because that's what I'm leaning towards. Do you like long, like I should just do loads of live stream and trade recaps, I think, like 10 minutes on trades and that. Do you just want that? Do you just want live streams? Do you just want like lessons on Flash SEC, fundamentals, specific subjects, why specific tickers move, like condensed into 10 minutes? Because like obviously the answer, what you really want is probably just be a live stream sitting from 9:30 till 12 every day, or 8:30 till 12 and show you me trades as and when. But that's the only thing I can't do because I think it would knock us off my game and put trading's my main source of income. So I cannot really do that to help you for free. I'd love to see MREO squeeze, like, love. ZRY. Doesn't show up on Stocks to Trade. It's weird. Oh, you're talking to him. You're talking to him. You guys are having a conversation with each other. Yeah, like fill the gap. Again, this is the same breakout we saw before on the gap and then push. I love that weak open red to green. You see this weak open red to green? It's beautiful. See this dip at the open, then rips and goes. Some squeeze. I mean, it's not a big squeeze. I mean, it's up 20% on the day, but it's a nice little move. Can this fill the gap to the nines? Who the fuck knows? Who the fuck knows? Again, it's a shitty biotech. It's managed to squeeze. It's managed to break out. But again, like you've got to buy the breakout levels. Like listed breakouts are really difficult. So like you've got to be really precise. So like 550s break. Like look, it's perfect. Like if you guys look, the breakout is. Let's get horizontal. Stocks to Trades tools are class like. The breakout is here, right? So it got to the breakout yesterday. Then week open red to green today. So the breakout is here. So what level is this? 560. So if we look at 560 on here, so this is the breakout. So like if you buy in the breakout, it's beautiful. Reminds me of something Dan Irish would do. You've got a really nice breakout buy. Again, it's tough. It's a tough buy because you're like, where do you buy? Maybe on this little dip. Good to listen to you. Bless Ivana's here. Yvonne. Yvonne, where's me Tatra tea? My mum and dad wouldn't be happy because I got drunk last night, 2 nights ago. Nice dip, yeah. Nice breakout. But again, like you're chasing otherwise up, yeah. And it's not a short because you don't know if this space is going to get filled. Yeah, figure that out now. Guys, by all means, hook up and get to know each other in this room, by the way. NXCD squeeze. What is NXTD? What's it related to? Is it security or is it Bitcoin? Santa is delayed. This is also the same as the other chart, like week open, red to green. What is this company though? Industrial gainers. So it's not Bitcoin in any way. I don't think it is. MREO's killing, I think. NXTD, it had the squeeze. It's now mid-range. NXTD, I'm not sure where it's going. We can go through. What the fuck? All right, I didn't realize there was so many comments. Record some live trading. Yeah, I will. That's a good idea. I'll put the live trade recaps on YouTube. Yeah, I can do that for sure. 100% I'll do that. I already had that in mind. You had me cracking up on YouTube today. I was having a conversation. Yeah, people are messaging us on Instagram and stuff. Long challenge would be great. I'm not very good long, that's the thing. FSL from 880. I'm fucking tempted. I'm almost tempted to long MREO, but it's stupid. Yeah, keeps going this one. I'm very tempted to buy it. I just don't want to buy it so far from VWAP. That's a messy chart. Is this the one? HGen. Yeah, it's recent IPO, so I don't like them. Staying in the game in your mental is. Yeah, I can definitely do a couple of videos on psychology. So we've got psychology, we've got live streams with commentary, and then we'll do some specific subjects as well. Hey, quit routine living your dream. You're my Instagram friend with the nice American accent. Every time I hear her voice notes, I'm like, what a nice American accent. Seems like a nice woman. So quit living your dream. So I told her to take the Mara trade and the BLNK trade. What did you make on it? Because sometimes with people on my Instagram, when I chat to them, like quit living your routine dream, whatever it is. She was really struggling to pull the trigger for like months. She couldn't pull the trigger on a trade, and every not every day, but quite a few days, I was like, "Hey, pull the trigger today." She was like, "No." I'm like, "Look, just trade small size and pull the trigger." And then when I saw Mara, I saw Mara and the Bitcoin setup, and I was like, "Right, take this trade," because she's not going to short because she's terrified to long have a main short. I was like, "This is the best long I've seen in a while. Take it." Take the long, because at least if you get off to a profitable trade, you'll be happy. And I thought, quit routine living your dream. I forgot your real name. I don't think you told us even. But I thought you'd cut it when you said, "Oh, I've cut a $2 loss or something." I thought you'd cut it, but then you showed us the screenshot that you'd made like 60, 50, 60 bucks. But what happened in the end? Did you make money in the end? Agree with Table. Yeah, I'll do that. And I thought your name was Yvonne. You've got just different YouTube names. How to short stocks. It's the guide. Like I also have an Excel that's held for $50 if you want that. Sell and Excel and a guide on how to use it. It's like 4 years old though, but it's good. It's really good. It's probably I don't know how to explain it, but I had really great reviews on it. Daily live trading YouTube room just to see charts. That would help me loads. No pressure. And what about a pre-market show or daily live trading YouTube room? I like live trading YouTube room just to see the charts. I would need a powerful computer because I try and live stream and record stuff now, and I get messed up on it. Like it messes up my computer recording stuff and live streaming. But I like the idea of a YouTube show. Like imagine I just bought a supercomputer and just recorded all my trades every day, all the screens, and made a show, and I did a front and a back, like an introduction and an end. Like I'd be fucking famous on the internet. Be good. Be good. It's a good idea. Mate, get on right now. Turbo Trades. I'll send you the link. Come on right now, and I'll evaluate some of your trades. Just say yes, and I'll send you the link. You can come on right now. We'll do the last. I've been on an hour and a half, so let's end it soon. But Turbo, if you want on, let's come on right now. I want to know the man who longs my covers. Can you exercise my over trading? I'll fucking exercise you. I need to exercise myself. I've got demons in my own, man. I was driving home. Bearing in mind I was hungover. I was driving home. I've got the guide thing, which there's pressures in this guide thing. Like, is it going to go well? Is it not going to go well? What's happening with stocks to trade? Like, I don't want to piss them off, right? Like, is everything okay? Like, so I'm pressured about that. Then Wall Street Journal want to talk to us, and I'm like pressured about that. Like, I was driving home in my car. I was hungover, like, and I was like wanting to cry. I was like wanting to break down. I was like on the verge of crying. I was like, and I was just like, I've got it. Do you know when people are? I'm only saying this because I've had a beer, but when people are at the best, when people are at the highest, they're actually at the lowest. And I was thinking today, I've got everything that I wanted, and I feel terrible. I feel really low. I just feel the more you have, the more pressure you have. Yeah, and it makes us fucking upset now when I think about it. But it's not about. We'll go back to the comments, but it's important to tell you guys, like, it's not about. Like, I said this on Instagram today. When you make 50 grand, you're just going to want 100 grand. When you make 100 grand, you're just going to want 1 million. When I was like, if Tim Sykes releases a DVD for us, and if I can make 100 grand, but I know that what happens, and it was the same with Tyson Fury. When Tyson Fury won the World Boxing Championship, it was suicidal after it. And I've found that every time I achieve a goal, I'm not happy after it. I'm like, whenever I achieve a goal, I'm like, I feel empty because that part of my life that was driving is gone. So like, I'm like, I almost feel worse. I feel sadder for achieving it. And I've heard this with a lot of like sports stars and stuff like that. They've gone really downhill when they achieve things. So the only way I can think about the market and trading is like stock trading. It's just about staying in the game till you're 90, like surviving until you're 90. Like, and if you've beat the markets for 20, 30 years, that's winning. Do not let greed take over you. Do not let money and success and attention, because that is a surefire way to depression. So exercise my demons, David, you fucker. When I used to play poker, I spent just as much time analyzing my hands with my mates as playing. Yeah, I do more study trading than I do trading. Do a PM live like Alex is doing. That's another story. Can do. Something I can definitely look into. I watched Tim Bones Stocks to Trade Pro live. That's the thing. I reached out to Alex several times over the past month, and I've heard nothing back from him. I'm not sure where he is. He's back on YouTube now, but he's ignored all my messages for a month. So just hope he's well. Hope he's well. A little bit annoying, but hope he's well. KPMH for a swing trade. Yeah, like a live kind of teaching thing. It's a good idea as well. I need to write these down. It's a very good idea. Thank you, Matteo. It's a good idea. I'm 100% going to implement these. I think the one-on-one with traders is a definite good idea. Definitely a good idea. That's definitely something I want to do. Pre-market, I'm probably not going to do because I'm in the pre-market webinars with Tim Bowen. Like, I like learning from him. KPMH is a good swing trade. Yeah, I like that first green day long. I think it's going to be boring and you're going to take some time, but I think it's a good long. Mario. So yeah, I think it's a good. I mean, you're going to be waiting days to make money on it, but it's a good idea. I like the pattern. I like the chart. It reminds of JKS, that kind of style of green day. I think it's a good swing. I would have liked it on the day one, but it's okay. Is Turbo in? I can't follow the comments, man. There's tons of yous. Hang on. Jesus Christ. Can you exercise? Yes. Give us $3,000. I'll just fly us to America. Give us $3,000. I'll visit your local church. I'll get some holy water, and we'll bring the demons out. Gone through this. NXTD is loosely related. But all right, I'll put it back on the list. I thought it was because it was mentioned with others, and I don't know why it's up. Good to know when and what made you decide to be more long biased. I just started seeing it. Like, it frustrated us, like when the EV sector ran and when weed ran. Like, it was like the third time I'd seen it run long without us. And I saw, like, I really went back to the EVs and looked at the charts, and I was like, how are these breaking out? Like, what are the signs? And then when EV consolidated in Bitcoin as well, like, I thought, what are the signs of this breaking out? And then I saw the signs that I'd saw when I'd gone back in history. Like, I just gone back in history, looked at the charts, and been like, oh, we go from red to green, 4 days consolidation, or volume coming on this day, or these all follow the sector leader. Like, there's various signs that all come together, and I just saw them on Bitcoin and I saw them on EV, and I was like, right, I've done my due diligence, I've done my study, I'm prepared this time, I'm taking them. And just to my amazement, they work brilliantly, like borderline easier than shorting. So let's see. So some good wins. So you made $58 on the Bitcoin. Was it? We traded more together, right? That's awesome. I bet you haven't took a trade since. So that's awesome. And if we ever meet in real life, I'll get you a beer just because we did the first trade together. Literally every day. Can't remember what the question was. Yeah, it's all right. I went through that book a few years ago. Best Jessica. All right, nice to meet you, Jessica. Stephen, kind of new though. Yeah, the best way to learn to manage your discipline is just to keep on losing. Sadly, and you get sick of it, and you get better. The Excel is really good that I purchased. Yeah, brother. I mean, the guide one's like 10 times more advanced, 10 times better. But the initial Excel for $50, it's a very good start. Very good start. Yeah, it's done long. Fucking hell. Ari, we're doing 10 minutes together, brother, and then I'm off. Let us get the link. All right. Table, follow the links in the comments box, and I'll see you on here. Is that what it is, Ram? Hank? Will you hit us on Instagram and just tell us about this? So is it Ram that fucks it? Because when I use video editing software and Premiere Pro and stuff, I have problems then as well. Table, you've got to add your camera, brother. This is mental. I'm not nervous. I don't care. Table, you need to sort your audio and add your camera, I think. I want to see that beautiful face of yours.
Good evening. Can you hear me?
Oh, he's British?
I'm British. Deep South. Deep South.
Is that New Zealand?
This is how... No, Dorset.
Oh, right.
New Zealand.
I was like, how south in the world can you go? Mate, put your camera on.
I haven't got a camera, though. That's the issue.
Oh, mate.
I promise I look like a turbo snail.
So, you're in Pro, right?
Yes. Fairly recently. It's awesome.
Go on.
It's trading's like it's just tough, isn't it? It's really hard. And like one of the things I'm finding at the moment, I feel like my knowledge base is improving all the time, and like I'm laying out plans and I'm nailing them. Well, that's the problem. The plans are good, but I'm not nailing them, and execution is really execution is really freaking hard. And then like I don't know, like I've just gone on this little got slightly bored of not bored of longing, but like I just see like so many, all these stocks. I think, God, that is such a piece of shit. And I just feel like some shorting might lean towards my bias better. So I've made a few attempts and lost, as you'd probably expect.
But when you say that you know what to do, but your execution doesn't follow suit, that brings back a good memory for me, because I remember years ago, I would go through this 3 month, I'd go through a 3 month delay where I knew what to do, but then it would take 3 months for me head to do it in real time. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I would learn something, then it would take 3 months to do it. Then I'd learn something new, then it would take 3 months to do it. Where now it's more like real time. I'm like, fuck, I made that mistake yesterday, and it's corrected the next day.
So I think like I've had a few situations where I've not taken the shot. So this week I put up the classic picture from poster from Michael Jordan. You know, I've missed 9,000 shots, and like because the issue that I've had is that I haven't taken the shot and I've missed a really good move, particularly like the breakouts. So many of that's been superb recently, and then like obviously 1 in 5 won't work, and for whatever reason I end up just taking that 1 in 5, and it's just pure bad luck. But the bad luck isn't that I've taken that one. It's the bad luck is I haven't taken the other 4, or I do something even more stupid where like I just get FOMO and then go, well, it's at another breakout level, maybe it'll go again. And like the classic was, do you remember Ears from like a couple weeks ago?
We'll bring it up.
It did something. It did something stupid, like 1,000. I don't know. It was like a
Well, you can see. Can you see?
No, I just got you two. Yeah, I can see now.
Yeah, it's brilliant. Yeah, this chart. But I mean, that's the only buy in this is here. So what it sounds like you're doing is you've got to respect daily levels, like daily chart levels. Fuck intraday. Like, don't trade the intraday breaks, the unreliable. You've got to only trade the daily, multi-day, multi-week, multi-month breakouts. The rest are just not good enough odds. Do you know what I mean?
But like Ears was this crazy 1.5 million flow, had some typical like the bull absolute BS news, and it went from that 132 to 660. And my first trade on it was the breakout. This is just looking at the data, the intra. The first time I traded it was the second breakout, which was around like the 230 level, and I made like 50 cents or something like that. It was, but you can see then it like I'm looking at actually the 1st of December. You can see it just kept breaking out, and for whatever reason, I just kept trying to play it, and somehow I turned that initial winning trade into my worst day by a long way.
But I mean, where are you buying? Because if you look, if the multi-day breakout is 140. So you've got this in the morning. You've got this perfect. If you mark out the 140 breakout, what have we got? It's pretty much here, right? So you buy in this trend break. See that? And then you just, but I don't like, honestly, like when it consolidates and it sets up again, you see how it starts curling around here as well. And you see these arrows.
Yeah.
I don't mind that break as well, as long as it consolidates for like 20 minutes and it's got huge volume and like there's no resistance above. But generally, I'd only be buying the first one unless it's something crazy, like it's got 200 million volume like this one.
So you obviously, something that we talk about in STT Pro a lot of the time is breakout levels, and I've interpreted that as, let's just say the breakout level is agreed, it's a pre-market high of 250 that we would then look to enter post 9:45 at 250 effectively for that squeeze.
Yeah, but it's like those breakouts, like that 9:45 break. I mean, what's the winning percentage of it? It must be coin flip work. So I would, you've got to add more filters to get better accuracy, I think. So like, it's got to be like mega high volume. It's got to be very low float. It's got to be the hot sector. And on the intraday, you cannot just buy it when it pops. Like that thing needs to be holding and consolidating after it's broke for like 10 minutes. Otherwise, I'm still not buying it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can't just be like, oh, it broke.
But the thing is, though, sometimes when it feels like we talk about this quite a lot in SCT Pro, but like when these break, sometimes they break in style and they go freaking huge. Like I think it was, I didn't trade it, but I think SLS last Thursday suddenly broke, squeezed. And even if you look at like MREO, like we all commented like that MREO was a bit of a shitty one, high flow, low volume, and the volume was really low. Then all of a sudden it squeezed past 350 and you got 50 cents out of that to $4 potentially.
Yeah. No, MR, like some of the worst ones are the best ones. So MREO, like this was an alarm bell for me. So you see, like on the 2nd of June, like it went from 1 to 4 on 4 million volume, or like 4 million on each day. It went 400%. So it's alarm bells ring for me, because if it's volume, the market is supply and demand. So there's obviously not a lot of supply and a lot of demand. Forget the float. That I don't believe that number, but if this stock can go from 120 to 4 on 4 million shares traded a day, it's like it can really move on light volume. It's demonstrated it can really move on light volume. So if it can do that on 4 million, what's it going to do on 60? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's got potential to really run. So for me on this day, I was like, I took it short because I take everything short. I took it short because it was like, I don't know, I was scared about this one. I had very small size pre, and I watched the open carefully. But when the volume wasn't there, I thought, all right, the volume's not there. It's not ripping. I'll take it short and I'll try and write it down. But as soon as the volume come in, this stock can run. So I was out of it by 9:50, and then I re-attacked it later. But when we talk about the high of the day break, so that's the safe entry, right? For me, there's two entries. There's this trend break. See how we've got, I hope you can see this. Do you see how the trend
I can see. It's just a slight lag, but I can see.
Yeah, when this trend breaks, right, what happens when the trend breaks? You've also got major volume come in at the same time. So you've got a trend break, you've got the major volumes come in, and we know from the thesis that this can run with not a lot of volume. So like you've got three bullish factors there. So that might not be the best buy, but maybe when it holds VWAP, you've got your second buy at 305. So if you look at the horizontal line, so you've got your higher day. This is what Tim Bowen talks about, your higher day break. I mean, this is perfect because this is absolutely perfect because you've got your higher day break, then it dips. You see this dip at 312?
Yeah.
That dip is holding VWAP and it's holding high of day. So that's the buy that Tim Bowen tells you to buy, and it works.
Where are you getting? Because that high of day, though, because the high of day in pre-market was 380 something, wasn't it? No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. 336 it was. Sorry, 336. I think something like that. 338.
Yeah, I'll never ever look at I'll look at the pre-market high day, but I care about the support. I care about the levels that have the volume. Whatever levels have the most volume are the levels that most matter. Because if it rejected on high volume, then that level is more important than just some shitty pre-market level. So the actual high of day, this rejected on 300,000, which isn't a lot, but it was trading nothing pre, so I don't respect the levels. I only respect the levels.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's very important, that lesson, and it's the same with dailies. I don't respect this. This resistance doesn't matter because this resistance today, it's got so much more volume that these levels don't matter anymore because I can't respect this resistance or this support when the stock is doing something that it's never done before with the volume. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
So with this stock, we can go back to the start. So what is the resistance level? So just, again, to recap, this thing moves with range. It runs multi-day, and then so it can go. So then you want to play Tim Bowen's method of the pre-market high. Sorry, when it breaks high day. When Tim Bowen says it breaks high day, I've always assumed he means the high of day at the open. I don't know if he means the pre-market high, but anyway, you can play both.
So there's something that we've discussed quite a lot actually recently. I've got a little group on Discord. There's a few of us, and we've discussed that because what you tend to see, and you don't see it. This isn't a good example, but I think SNOA was a really good example. Had a pre-market high. When the market opened, it had a lower high, but with more volume. Then curled back and then broke that market high.
Hang on. If you tell us this, I can't picture it in your head. We'll just go on SNOA. We'll go on SNOA, but just to close this one, mate, it's the perfect high of day buy. This red candle here, this dip, when the next candle lifts off the dip, you can just buy it and risk the dip or risk the high of day. If it falls through 3, you're out, but it's 3, you're risking 10 cents and you've got 50 cents. And then, I mean, again, I'm not the biggest fan. You should be buying your daily breakout levels, but then you've got another entry here. When this wedge breaks, try and look for the wedge breaks. They're quite nice. But with SNOA, let's take a look. Dude, SNOA, I would never buy ever. You can see what it does with volume, right?
It was crazy, wasn't it? I remember because I think you were short. I remember because I was watching you live and you were short, and then you covered thinking it's going to go, and then it did go.
Aye, but all right. So if you look at SNOA, every time it gaps with volume, it fails, right?
Yeah.
All 3 times it gapped up and failed. So the question is, it will fail more than likely, but how much?
But how much? Yeah, but if I'm long in it, how much? I get it. It's a one and done, but I'm just looking for 50 cents, $1 somewhere in the day. and I think this is one that I longed, and I longed it at the pre-market higher day. So I longed it at 15, I think.
Hang on a sec. Let's find it.
So I'm on. Sorry, I'm on.
Yeah, I've already got it drawn out because I've looked.
Yeah, I've got loads of drawing on this. But where I was kicking myself and where I was actually really glad that I did analyze this trade was that I went for the 15 higher day break and it had a death candle anyway, lost. But there's an absolutely monumental volume around in the first few minutes, and it peaks at like around 14 bucks. I'm looking at that massive red candle on 9:30, around just after 9:35 it is. And I think if I had set my entry point around that level, I could have made my goal of just making a buck from a move or something. But I don't know.
So let's look at it. So I mean, look, I would always play high day breaks off the high day with the opening minute. So what's the high day after pre-market? You can play both, but I normally play the open. So you've got the key level is 1380. So you really want like a 14 break. And you get it. Like you get this 14 break, but you don't want to buy this straight away. You want to see it hold for a while. And it does hold. So it's difficult to buy in this area, but it just doesn't work, mate. It just didn't work. Like I'm not going to pretend to be great at longs. What I honestly think is a better entry is with it's not because it fails all the time. Like this, I prefer the way Roland Wolf buys. Roland Wolf really dip buys, but he dip buys. He doesn't buy the high of the day breaks. Like this double bottom. You see when you get this double bottom?
Yeah.
In the tens, like that's a sign that this isn't gonna go much lower. So if it's got a lot of volume, but this is a history of always failing, so it's not the type of thing I'd buy a double bottom on. But something with a small, strong daily, when you get this double bottom, and then you get the higher low, it's much safer to buy the double bottom. Like if you buy the double bottom, if it falls through, you lose a couple of cents, and then if you buy when it really has this big bounce, and then you buy the higher low, then you've got a huge move, and then you can hold if it breaks the pre-market highs or the opening highs. But my problem with buying these highs is it's quite crowded, and a lot of people are doing the same thing. I'd rather be dip buying than buying the higher low. Like this is what Roland does, and this doesn't work very much. Like the winning percentage is lower, but the reward is higher.
And that's what I have started looking, not at like other strategies, but just looking at other entry points, because I suppose as a newbie trader, the first thing that I think is a good goal to tick is that you're looking at the right tickers, which I feel like I do most of the time. Obviously that's made easier because I get like 45 minutes with Bowen, and then you're chipping in, and you got Twitter, etc. So it's quite easy to like channel in the right place. But I'm just really sucking at entries.
But the thing with Snower is you're buying the breakout, right? Yeah.
Well, I thought I was buying the pre-market breakout, and I guess my logic is, I know it's a piece of shit. My thesis is though the shorts panic, like that's what we talk about a lot. Shorts panic, and it just squeezes, and it might just squeeze a buck or two. But then on reflection though, like I guess that this touches on what you just mentioned, that the pre-market high is on pretty low volume. So, and I guess this is a question is really good to ask a short bias person is, when are you going to short Snower? Are you going to be able to short it at its high in pre-market? And if you miss that, do you short the pre-market high? The market high, sorry.
Look, it may. Hang on. I might have me entries on Snower. Hang on. What was the date? The 1st of what day?
The 11th.
11th of December.
Yeah.
Let us see if I've got the order entries. I might have the chart where I shorted. 11th. Snower. That's funny. No, I didn't. I don't have the order entries. That sucks. I didn't save it. But I can tell you with Snow, look, for me, the way I think about Snow is this is not a long, this is not a long ever. Because if it failed on 34 million on this day, and it failed on 25 million on this day, everyone, no one's going to want to buy it because it always fails, and everyone's going to short it because they know it fails. So the only way you're going to get that dip and rip reversal that Tim Bone talks about, like to get that, like it really, really, really needs a lot of volume. Like it, and we're talking like double, triple what it's failed on in the past, because I'll look at this and think, great, it's a short. Longs look at this and think this is not a buy. But if that's on 60 million traded that it fails. So if it trades 200 million, 250 million, like double, triple what it's failed on, then shorts may be like, it's normally a short, but this demand, this volume is a bit too much. Then you get the reversals, but this is a textbook short. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. It's just trying to put it all in. And again, it's like one of those. I think you touched on this in one of your podcasts. Is that you can listen to, like, we listen to Huddy. We have a webinar of Huddy every Friday, and talks about OTCs, shorting them, longing them. And you think, great, I understand this. And it comes to the next week, and you think, I haven't got a bloody clue what to do actually.
Yeah,
and
no,
putting things into practice, and that's why I was talking about like executions, like. And I guess, like, I know people have touched on, like, in chat about the psychology of it, but like, you plan it, and it sounds great, and then doing it is freaking hard, really freaking hard.
Yeah, I know. I mean, look, just to tell you, I will be shorting the key levels pre-market and at the open. So, but pre-market highs, you've got a short at 50. Shorts will pile in here, shorts will pile in here, and shorts will pile in here. This triple top, shorts will pile in on, because it's got a history of failing, and the volume's not that much higher than what it normally fails at. But when you talk about like the saying and doing, and it sounds easy at first, and then it turns out to be a lot harder when you do it on your own. There's a million different times when I thought I'd got the stock market when I was in webinars. I was like, I figured it out. I'd watch a Tim Grattani webinar, I'd be like, I figured out shorting. And then I'd come to the market and be clueless. It just takes time, man. Like, how far in are you on the journey?
So I guess I'm the UK equivalent to a Robin Hooder with a Hargreaves, with a Hargreaves account. I think that's probably the UK equivalent. I just started off investing in UK companies, and like just caught the bug for it. And it just, I've got a very addictive personality, and like I used to play like a lot of poker, and I just dedicated a lot of time to it. And I really went for it. And I to be honest, like I probably like didn't persevere enough. But there's something about, so I think I'm around a similar age to you, and I think there's something about the harsh realism of life, and that I hate wearing a suit. I want to do something where I'm free.
What's your job?
I'm in medical sales.
Okay.
So like
you sound pretty smart. You sound like you've got a grasp of trading. You kind of know what you're doing. But how long have you been trading the American markets?
So it's around 2-3 months now.
Yeah, you're go on.
So I had like November. I had like, so my accounts, I've got about 2K with IB and about 2K with TradeZero. Took your affiliate. And in November I thought, bloody hell, I'm doing all right here. I made about $1,000. And I thought, and then I thought, bloody hell, like I'm starting to, get good at this.
Yeah.
And then 1st of December was ears, and then I think I lost around $400 doing that. And bearing in mind, my first trade on that was green, like by $100 or so. Yeah. So I actually, like, there's a negative swing of like 500 plus. And then since then, like I just stopped taking the shots. And since then I haven't been like winning. And I know for whatever reason, and I don't know, you can turn around and call me stupid, but like, so I didn't want to long MREO. So I tried shorting like the backside of it. And for some reason, like shorting kind of seems to feel like, I feel like with shorting, is the resistant points are quite clear because it's whole $0.50. But for whatever reason, I've tried dip buying, and it always just every time just breaks the support, or breaks what I think is the support. So MREO, like I tried a few times and ended up getting one crack. But my sort of the strategy that I've sort of come up with myself is sort of buy it before resistance levels, expecting it to fail, and then you can just cut just above.
Is that for long buying it?
This is what my short backside strategy is.
Short it on resistance. Yeah, I mean, look, if you look at MREO, if you look, mate, I can't stress enough, trade the dailies. Like, don't get sucked into the intraday. Always trade based on daily resistance levels, because if you'd have done that today, where did MREO top? The same place it topped on the 19th of June, and very similar to where it topped on the 4th of June. It topped literally at 425.
Yeah.
So
I didn't know that. I feel foolish for not knowing that now.
And I've got a ton of data on short, so I know that based on the volume. So say if it trades 100 mil volume, it's on average it'll run 35%, which this is a 35% move from the open. But you've got that one indicator, and you've got, more importantly, this double triple top nearly with this one as well. So you just play the dailies, mate. All the amateurs are all chasing the intraday. All the professionals, they're playing the dailies. And that's why you fail here and give it all back.
Thank you. That's a really good tip. But does that mean though that, so did you short MREO at 425, or were you thinking at the time, because this has got, so if we compare the volumes from the 2 days, like the volume for 425, like you said, is nothing, and today it's all of a sudden was astronomical. So are you suddenly scared that 425 is going to break, or are you thinking, if I get my short in here, I don't think it's going to break, and if it does, I just cut it when it breaks?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, look, I wasn't convinced with this one because the volume on the chart is higher than it's traded before. So I'm a little bit scared that the volume resets the chart, it makes it a new chart, and these levels aren't respected. But I thought, well, look, I can take a stab at 420. It's up a ton, right? Like, it's really ran without much pulling back. As I can take the short at 420. If it doesn't break down, I can take it off at 430. But like, the signs are there though, because it pushes here, and then it just can't. It makes this little lower high where it's just starting to get tired, and then when you start seeing this red candle coming in, you just hammer it.
So when I was watching it, I was thinking that after it met, this is up, because I'm thinking that it could be quite dangerous particularly for a newbie, to try and short it as it's making that high. So I was thinking, let it set at a lower high. So my entry point was 415, because I thought it's not quite whole half, but it was around ish number just before the breakout, because I wasn't expecting it to re-break after it hit 425. It just looked like all of a sudden it was just because what I was, and again, please correct me, but what I was looking at is that if I'm expecting, if it's going to re-break, you're still going to get a lot of buyers, but all of a sudden the volume candles just suddenly started getting smaller and smaller. So my logic was just thinking, actually, maybe there's no buyers particularly interested at this level. So we aren't far away from all of a sudden sellers realizing that, longs realizing that, all of a sudden everyone just starts selling or shorting it.
I mean, that's exactly it. I mean, I don't really think too much of like, 454. Like, I put it like 10% of my thesis into that. I don't really think too much. I think a little bit whole half, but not really. I think more what the longs think and what the shorts think, and what's there going to be more of. Because I know shorts are hammering this, because I know shorts are hammering this because it's a triple top level and it's quite wicky on the daily. It does give back a lot on the day, so shorts know that, but longs know that as well. So longs are thinking, oh, this has been on a good run. It's got a history of giving back a lot of the move, and it's at a triple top. So I know that this is a good point where longs will get out and shorts will get in. And then when you get that lower high, when you get the confirmation that it isn't re-breaking out, longs are getting out, shorts are getting in, then it's just a case of you had a plan, it's correct, and you're seeing it on the tape correct, then you just hammer it in.
Yeah. So, and when you're entering a short, do you care if it's a green candle, red candle, or are you just thinking, my thesis is this is dead, I just need to enter as quick as I can?
No, it's a dead good question, and it depends. So if the stock is very bearish on the daily, it's got a history of failing, there's not a lot of volume, the sector is weak, I like to short strength because I know overall I'm getting a good price on something that's definitely going to fail. Do you know what I mean?
I do, yeah.
But on MREO, which is bullish as hell, I do not want to short strength because I think it's going to go to the next level. So I'll wait for confirmation of weakness. I want to short the weakness, like not weakness, but I'm shorting more weakness because I need to know that this shit is rolling over.
So what's typically weakness for you then? Because even if you're looking at like shorting it through VWAP, it would have taken a while to be correct, even though it's kind of claimed, yeah.
Just a lower high, mate. Like, look, we've got the triple top on this level. We've got the triple top on the daily at this level. So I'm just looking for it rolling over. Like that's weakness for me. It's got a lower high and it's rolling over.
So that was, yeah, because that's like 415-ish. So again, this links back to this Michael Jordan poster. I was like 415, it's a lower high. This is a great entry point, and if it does break, you're risking like 10 cents for it re-breaking. Well, 15 cents by the time it re-breaks, and potentially you're looking at like $1 move ish. Well, $1, yeah. Anyway, I didn't take it. I ended up taking another lower high, which is when I get like slightly frustrated, because often when I don't take a shot, I end up like, it's like having that easy layup in basketball, and then I end up like dribbling back out to the halfway line to take the shot. That's what it feels like I do sometimes. But then I think I took it at 385 and just ran it down to 355, and then I just covered it at VWAP because I was thinking, again, like we talked about in chat, I just didn't have the conviction that it would keep going. I just kind of was worried that I felt like it was dead, but these things feel so manipulated sometimes. Like
this is manipulated. But the advice I'd give you for that is just if you manage your risk properly, the nearer you are to your risk level, which is in this case the 420s, the nearer to the risk are, the more size you take. And the further away from your risk are, the less size you take, because the more you've got to risk, the more range you've got to take.
Okay, yeah.
So just take more size when your risk is tightened, take less size. And just be prepared to average in. Like if you take it down at 380 and you chased it down, that is chasing weakness a bit. But if you chased it, just take half size. And then if you get a little pop, add the other half in a bit higher up. Because ultimately it should go all the way down, because the stock should fail like that. That's what the daily says it does.
Yeah. Because I guess the thing, and I tweeted earlier, like it just feels like shorting sometimes. It's like literally like you're in a boxing match and you're just taking punch after punch. But it feels like, so I gave up on, I think it was BCOA. I don't know if that was it. That might have been it. I don't know, the days merge in. But I was shorting that, and I had a really, again, in a similar way. And I was like, this is going to work. But I just gave up. And then obviously it just suddenly tanks. And then that was capitulated by it had an offering and everything. And I was thinking, geez, I've just literally, I've taken the high risk option, given up, and then it's made the move that I knew it was going to make. And that's kind of like, that's obviously frustrating.
Yeah, I mean, what I generally do is I try and give myself as many lives as I can. So my commissions are always very high. I always have $100, $200, $300 commissions. But then like I'll often make $1,000, but I'll just come out with $700 or $800. But the reason I get such high commissions is because I take the loss at 1% over and over. I know I come across like I'm a mental short seller and dead fucking gun swinging or whatever, but I'm not. I like to like play the guy of like this crazy, and I am crazy a bit, but not with trading. I've been burned too many times. Like I cut losses with trading at 1%, and I'll cut like Mara. I lost $200, but I was shorting like $15,000. So like a 1% loss is 150, but I'm cutting it at 1%, 0.5%, and I must have cut today. Between MREO and Mara, I must have cut them both about 30 to 40 times. Which is why $1 in, $1 out, it's $200 commissions.
Oh, okay. And
but then you give yourself lots of lives, and then when you are right, you've got 14 grand on Mora, it drops 10%, you've got 1,400 profit.
Yeah, because that's the thing. Like sometimes it feels like you're just like the other day, I was just taking some paper cuts, but I knew that big move, that big dollar plus move was going to come, and then that's going to literally wipe out all the losses. But like I said, I just gave up, and it sort of feels like I just kind of didn't take the shot with this one. And I came in, and like I said, I was chasing the weakness because, and again, that's like being a total newbie. I was just like, it's the same thing's going to happen again. This is going to be like what 330 by close or something, and I'm going to have lost on it, and it just brings back nightmares and PTSD of ears.
But you've just got to just give yourself 10 lives. Like if you cut it immediately, if it doesn't feel right off, the plan doesn't work, just cut it. You don't what you lose by getting in and out. Like you lose 1%, which say you're short $1,000, you lose $10 and $1 in and out, $2 in and out. You're losing nothing, like $15. You can try 10 times. Just give yourself the lives.
Yeah,
like I say, like, and then you don't lose the mental capital. Like there's nothing worse than like agonizing. Like Tim Bourne's like, oh, the shorts have been agonizing for 4 hours now. The shorts have been, you know what I mean? Like they've been in agony for 2 days. They're gonna get punished. And I'm like, yeah, like the retarded shorts are, but like I will not put mental capital into a short. Like if I'm not right the second I'm in, I'm out. So I don't invest the mental capital. I don't get, because mate, I've been in too many raids where I've been emotionally involved. I've added when I should have been covering, and I've took a massive swing and a massive like potential loss. But just don't get sucked in. Yeah,
because I fear. I guess I just fear being involved in that squeeze, and then you're like, I've not been in. I know you're talking about like F-Tech from a few weeks ago.
I was down 10 grand on that. It was one of the worst days.
And that just scares. That scares the absolute shit out of me. It really does.
Yeah, but you've got to think though. Like I've been trading for 4 years. I'm trading big amounts of money.
Even if that was like I'd say 500 quid, because I'd just be thinking like, I'd be thinking, shit, I've got to cover, and then I expect you were thinking the same. But you just know that it's going to be worth fuck all at the end of the day. Sorry to swear, and it's going to be, and you're going to have been right, and all of a sudden, instead of losing, because for that one, instead of losing 10 grand, you've actually made that 10 grand back and then a couple grand more, and that makes such a big difference to a small account.
Yeah, I mean with F-Tech, I've got tons of data, right? So with F-Tech, I looked at all of the variables and all of the volume and all of the data, and I said I've not seen one in the last 3 years not come back like this. So I'm just gonna write it out, and I wrote it out, and I was fine. But there's always that blue moon, that black swan that I was ready to cut it out. I would have took about a 12 grand loss.
Yeah.
If it had broke the next higher day, I would have been out.
Because what was it? There's one that everyone talks about. Is it Gritani talks about Dries, the shipping company?
Yeah.
That just went on some stupid like $1 to 100 or something stupid.
Yeah,
and then,
I saw that.
And we saw the one last week as well. I forget the G1. The cancel one, and all of a sudden you just see it squeeze to like 150 halt. And again, like I'm thinking though, like I don't know, and I really like what you said on your twist episode, and you're talking about just trade the ticker. And sometimes like I just worry that I take too much stock of actually some of the fundamentals. And I think because the issue is that, you know, a CEO could put out a press release of him farting and sometimes it will go up. And like with LNK, which is the one today, the OTC.
LNKC or whatever.
That's like they've been fined and it's going up. I don't really.
Yeah, don't put too much weight into the look. It's all about what are longs thinking, what are shorts thinking, and who's going to win and why, and when are shorts going to get squeezed. That's all it is. That's the whole game. And it's like if 95% of traders lose, how do I do the opposite? So, for example, with MREO at 420, I know that 95% of traders haven't looked at the daily properly, and they're just chasing intraday and they don't know what they're doing. I know 95% of traders are all following this up, thinking it's the next big thing. So I short when they're buying, and then they lose and I win, but I'm the 5%. Yeah,
I must admit, like you could put me in that 95% there.
For now.
Because if I'd known that 425 was that key level, because when you look at it, it's so precise. It looks rigged that it's literally dropped at 425 and that's it. All of a sudden, it's gonna we've seen a 75 cent.
Look, shorts who know what they're doing and have $1 million accounts are hammering that with size at that level. So it's not rigged. It's just they're like, there's the level. I'm hammering it with size, and all the small account longs just get wiped out.
Yeah, that's really sound advice. And again, like, so not to take up too much of your time, but like you have this conversation and I feel, God, actually, I feel so much better at this now. I feel really good. I can't wait to put some of this into practice. And then I'll be like, oh, fuck. But definitely I need to spend more focus. I need to put more focus into dailies, particularly if I'm looking to, and I don't know if I want a long or short yet. That's just something that I'm just toying around with it at the moment. But I guess like it just seems that sometimes all of these stocks go crazy and then they're worth absolutely bugger all at the end of the day. And it just often just feels like a missed opportunity, particularly when you're spending so long in front of a screen. But anyway, no, thank you for inviting me on.
No, it's okay. I mean, I was just checking my Discord there. I'll give you my Discord if you've got the Discord handle. I'll give you my Discord so you can add us, so you can ask us questions or whatever.
Cool.
There's
Thank you.
Roland Wolf's little room as well. It's a good little room. I'm Junk87, hashtag 1800, 1800. If you can add us or something. Do you want to just, yeah.
Yeah, what's that, 1800, would you say?
Yeah, it's hashtag 1800, yeah.
Cool. No, thank you.
So add us and I'll try and help you along the way a bit. Because you know what you're doing. You just need to say it more times.
I think that's a lot of it. And like, particularly with not taking the shot, it's just having the conviction. And because like we went on a run, I don't know if it was honestly, all these days just sort of merge into one.
Yeah, I know.
But like hod break, it just seemed to work every time. And like the STT Pro chat is like one of the best, is absolutely amazing. So like if anyone's watching and they're not part of STT Pro, like just being part of a chat group is absolutely, like another 100 people who really give a shit about this and have the passion for it is amazing. The downside is that it can be really shit sometimes when you see everyone else making these plays. They've got different entries to you and they're winning. And then you're like, fuck, I just lost 100. Oh, I don't know. I lost whatever on that. And they're winning.
Yeah, but people only ever talk about the wins. They never talk about the losses. Like people only post the wins. They never share losses. No one ever wants to talk about losses. And that's why my YouTube got popular, because I posted 2 years of losing. Like, trust me, everyone who's new loses big time. Like, I lost for 3 years on the internet. Everybody, and I'm one of the ones that made it, one of the rare ones. Everybody loses, man. Everybody. And they lose all the time, every day. Pretty much.
One of the things that I tend to watch quite, I don't know how I was just drawn to your content. It started off with like Tim Sykes, then obviously ended up watching a lot of videos of Tim Bowen, etc. But one of the things that's like really impressive, and this is not blowing smoke up your ass, but like you've got this incredible work ethic, and you do like, because collecting data can be a bit like Excel spreadsheets. It's not like it turns anyone on. But actually, you got to, just feels like you got to really live this shit. And
like I was totally obsessed. I still am. I'm a bit burnt out by it all now. But like, I mean, burnt out by like, I feel like almost pressure to keep going and like to keep succeeding. And when you have more, you've got more to lose and stuff like that. So I feel pressure a bit. But look, in the early days, the first 3 years, it was like 24/7 on my mind. I didn't see friends. I didn't hang out with people. I've rejected every invite out. Or like I'd go out like once a week on the drink, but like all my time was like 24 hours a day was stocks. Like work obviously 9 to 5, but study 6 till midnight. Get up early before work, study on lunch. For 3 straight years, never giving up. That's how you get it.
It's interesting because I've. My mates are on holiday in Dubai this week, and I said no because I got a week off, but I just wanted to spend time in front of the charts and just front of the screen time. And it is like, I suppose you just have to remind yourself what your goals are, because it can be shit when you see all your mates doing some absolutely amazing things. But I just hope that I'm on a good path, and a lot of it feels like it just, like you said, it just feels like I've got to have a lot of lives, and it's survival of the fittest and survival of those who just seem very keen on it. That's what I've taken from these few months anyway.
It's the people who don't want to be millionaires, they just do it because they love it. Like that's the people who make it. And if you've not gone to Dubai because you really give a shit about this, then it sounds like you're in that collection and that path of people. Just the fact that you've got on here and I've met you and I've seen your name in pro all the time, and you've got a bit of that drive to be like, nah, I don't give a shit. I want to get noticed. I want to get ahead. I want to speak to the right people.
Yeah, but that's the toughest thing is speaking to people, like, because sometimes you just want a bit of verification. If you got an idea, you just want to be like, oh, what do you think about this? And someone to turn around and say no. And I think that's the great thing. Again, like, I'm not here to sell STT Pro, but it's a really good place to start for a lot of people because you just get to meet people. And I've actually, we talk loads in there about ideas, what to do, here's an entry point, etc. What do you think of this? And when you're on your own and pretty clueless, it's just amazing being able to, like, this conversation, again, like, it's just it's I don't know about you, but as well, I just really enjoy talking about it as well.
No, me too. I mean, that's why I'm sitting on live stream for 2 hours when, like, other people, like,
is it 2 hours now?
2 hours 10. That's why I sit on live stream for ages, because I just love doing it. That's why I do the podcast. But I think from where you are now, from where I see where you are, I think you've got to, MRAO squeezing a bit, I think you've got to expect that you're probably going to lose for the rest of, I think you remind us of me and kind of where I was and stuff, and with the same passion. You've got to expect that you'll probably lose next year. Like, you'll, but by October, November, December, it'll start. Like, I'd say probably by the middle of the next year, you'll know what you're doing, but you'll just fuck up and make mistakes. But honestly,
worse than now.
Nah. Like, I think more and more stuff's going to click between now and June for you. And then by June, you'll think, I know how to trade profitably. You'll know your patterns. You'll know your entries. You'll know where to long, where to short. You'll know by next June, by what you're telling us and what I hear. But then June to December, you'll just fuck up and do stuff that you're not meant to do. And then I'd say the year after next, you'll have a good shot at being profitable.
Because my goal is, hopefully no one from work is watching you, but like, I really want to do this, and it's not because, like, I want to, like, drive a Ferrari or anything like that, as much as I'd obviously love to, but I'm just tired. I'm probably, I think I'm the same age, like I said. I'm just tired of wearing a suit, and I feel like, how much great must you feel, like, on a Sunday night, like, I just guess that, like, someone like you, Tim Bird, you're just really excited on a Sunday. You're like, fucking hell, it's Monday tomorrow. I cannot wait.
Yeah.
And that's what I want. Like, I want, like, just to be like, because Sunday blues, I don't know if you had it in your job, but I call it Sunday blues, where
massively.
And
England,
the
it's
weekend's
dark.
too short.
You've got to go to work early in the rain, and it's
Yeah.
dark.
Yeah.
Now it's a weird one. Like, I'll always remember when I had me 10k a month and me 15k a month, I was running around the marina in Dubai, and I just broke down into tears, and I was just crying my eyes out, because I was crying with pure joy and happiness that I'd got it, that I wasn't going to fail, that I'd made it, and that I wasn't going to have a job anymore. Like, I was crying tears of joy.
That says a lot about probably both of us and how we feel about our jobs.
Yeah, well, my job wasn't terrible, but it was my dream, and I wanted it so bad for trading. But, and now my life is like, it's just good. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's ups and downs, but, like, there's no, it's way better than having a job. Like, you'll like it way more, but just stick in and you'll get it.
Yeah, that's the plan. And, like, I've already, like, planned how I want my life to be in terms of my daily routine. Like, I want it, because trading in the UK is really nice for the US markets, because we don't have to be up too early. But it's get up, coffee, nail the workout, sit down, and then just get ready for game mode. And then, like, you can chill it. Like, I don't really want to be swinging anything, because, like, just seems like that would just be such a long day to then have to be checking it until 1 o'clock, and then be up. So, I wouldn't have to be up early, but it just feels like that's a really long day.
If you're on the short side, I will literally trade from like 8:45 till 10, And then if I'm making money, like 500 to 1,000, if I make it, I just walk for the day. I'm like, I'm out.
Yeah. Just
Go
on
on.
that though, do you get out because you're worried about giving it back, or because the flip side is you could be worried about giving it back? Either you're either happy with what you've got, or because the other thing is you could just miss out on such a golden A+ opportunity.
I often do, but generally what I find is at 10:30 stocks reverse. Anything that fails before from 9:30 or 10:30, you always get a reverse. It always makes back 50%. So I'm always out by 10 past 10 because I know it's going to reverse by 10:20, 10:30. And then if I want to reshort, I can. It just depends, mate, because in this market, I've seen so many things just randomly squeeze. I'm just not interested. Like, if I've made the money, I don't care.
Yeah, there's something really nice about your strategy, and I don't mean like in terms of like it's done in 2 hours, but like it seems like you took a really good opportunity with MREO, and then you had another opportunity and you took both.
Yeah, no, MREO was like a nice morning short, but it wouldn't break down properly, so I got out. And then you had the triple top on the daily, so I was like, all right, I'll get back in. I mean, obviously, I'm not perfect. Like I took the lower high before it. Like I'm not perfect. The first time it squeezed at 10:30, I was like, oh, this might be the top before the resistance. Shorted. I actually took profit on that as well. Like I just caught it rolling over, but then I was like, it's not failing. Get out, take your profit, and then I reshorted again at the actual resistance. So I'm not perfect and super disciplined. But so do you want to ask, do you have anything else? Any last thing? Because I'm
just conscious that I'm eating into your beer time.
No, dude, it's been a very good chat because you know what you're doing and you're asking the right questions. Do you know what I mean?
I feel like next time I should have a couple of Stellas in front of me as well.
We'll do it again. We'll do it again in a month's time or something like that and see where you are. I'm more than happy to do it, and I'm sure everyone enjoyed it.
Yeah, I'd love that. And it's just thank you. It's just like I say, it's just really nice. Like, in the same way that when you start a job, an apprenticeship, it's really bloody hard. Any job you start is hard, but you always have a boss who's looking over you. And I think that's what makes this even harder, is that you start off, you think you really enjoy it, you want to do something, you got passion for it, but you don't always have someone to ask. So no, thank you.
Now just make sure you're getting a couple of hours in a day. Do you know what I mean? Like just try and do the morning webinar, do the evening webinar with Bowen. But the other advice is try and follow a lot of traders, because Tim Bowen, brilliant man, brilliant trader, like he's like a father figure almost. But Tim Bowen is one style of trading. Like you need to see all the styles. So like watch me, watch Humble Trader, try and watch the Gritani videos, try and watch the Kyle Williams video recaps, the Jack Kellogg YouTube free video recaps. Even watch Warrior Trading just to see what the fuck he's doing. Like,
I've watched Warrior Trading. I don't know if there's an underlying joke there, but bloody hell, what he does seems ridiculously hard.
He just it's easy because he's got 200,000 people following him. It's the easiest job in the world. That he buys, tells everyone else to buy, and then it runs.
But sometimes I get. Oh yeah, I wish it was like that. Maybe you'll be the chat guy one day.
I'm excited for it. I can't wait. 500,000 float. No volume in it. Oh, I'm long, and then tell everyone else to buy it. Oh shit, it went up $3. I'm so good.
That'd be very well. I get the impression though that you're also the person that wouldn't like it that easy. I don't know if that's a fair assessment, or I know we all like easy money, but.
I'm not bothered about the money, man. I do this because I love the game. Like, not working full time's good. Like having money to not like I don't get worried about my bank or anything. Like, I'm happy in this part of my life, but I don't need a Ferrari. I don't need the mansion. I don't need the big house. I don't think it'll make us much more happy. So, not bothered about that. I'd like it, but
just perhaps a quick question is, because I know you played poker before. What's the difference now between yourself now and back then? Because I think there are quite a few parallels between poker and trading. I think you probably have a higher success with trading. But you look at like the top guys, like they're looking at their expected value and they're looking at it over a huge amount of hands, and that's what makes them profitable.
Look, I was good at poker as well. Like I was playing professionally in poker and traveling playing. And I was good at mate, when it comes to gambling, when it comes to being mental and going out with me mates, I'm the most stupid person on earth. But for whatever reason, when it comes to gambling related stuff like poker or trading, I've always just been like really, really careful. Like I love to win in a dangerous game. And I love to play a dangerous game safely. Even if I'm giving bravado that I'm not being safe, secretly I know I am. And I just love to beat the games. Like I love it. I'm a gambler through and through.
Yeah, because I think that's the thing for me is I don't necessarily worry so much, particularly now. I don't worry about the money. Like I don't suddenly think like, oh shit, I'm down $100. I worry. It's more that the fact that I've got an L in my column as opposed to a W, and that's what frustrates me. And I just want some more W's really. And it's
But
that feeling about you feel like you're on a good path then.
but are you tracking your winning percentages? Have you got like an Excel to see like I'm
Yeah,
winning this
yeah, I
many
have.
trades
Yeah,
this month?
I don't know the percentage to hand, but I've got an Excel. I'm tracking
Man,
everything.
that kept me alive. Like I took 50 trades in January and I lost 40 and I won 10. So it's like a 20% winning average. But then every month, my winning average was getting higher. Every month, my winning percentage was getting higher. I used to be like winning 10%, then 15, then 20. That's what kept me in the game. I'm like, I'm getting better. I'll fix risk reward after I'm winning more me trades.
That's good. Yeah, I need to break that down because
Just make
I
sure,
am tracking it.
yeah, dude, just every month, make sure you're winning more trades than you're losing the previous month. Make sure that percentage is going higher. And that will keep you in the game. It's not about what you make or lose. It's about how many times you're right and wrong in the early days. And then look at the ones where you lost and be like, well, why did I lose? And and with the ones that you won, why did I win? And then you'll very quickly learn how to trade.
So I started. I just really believe that analysis is super important with. I guess that comes with everything. Like even I play rugby as well, and I'm always analysing or gym work, anything. I analyse it all, and so I started just recording myself every evening, well most evenings, and I just run through, and a lot of it, like when you look back at some trades, I don't know if you ever feel like this. You feel like I'm so freaking stupid. Like why did I do that? But it's so good looking back on it.
Dude, I cannot watch me first year of videos because I'm a fucking moron on them. I cannot watch any of the videos from year 1 or 2 because I don't know what I'm talking about. I have no clue what I'm talking about. I don't know how anyone was watching. But there you go.
Cool.
But
Enjoy your beers.
I'm gonna go have another one now. But you too. I'm glad it's been helpful for you.
I've loved it. No, thank you.
We'll do it again in a month or something to see where you are.
Yeah, I'd love that.
All right, cool, man. I'll catch
you later,
you
bro. Thanks, bye.
Bye. He was a nice person. I think I'm calling it. This has been 2.5 hours. Yeah, Tibbo had some really good questions. Nice guy as well. I met him because he was giving his shit in SCT Pro. But it turns out he's quite funny. Anna's cool as well. Yeah, it's a very, very good Turbo. Very good interview. Everyone loved that. We'll quickly check FCell, then we'll bounce. But I think that was an hour with Turbo. Like, I really want those tears of joy. David, you're like one of my favorite people. David's been following us for like 4+ years, by the way. Funny part. 600. What did you study? Just chart patterns, going back over old chart patterns, tracking data. That's okay, brother. That's the fee that you pay to learn. Nothing wrong with that. This is a problem. No worries. Okay, I think we're caught up. Let's have a quick look at FSL for the long, and then I'm gonna bounce. A lot of love for Turbo though. There you go. No worries, brother. Good to have you on. It was fun. What's that say? The first videos are entertaining, but filled with real emotions and a good way to connect with someone. That's beautiful. Yes, brother. You too. Don't quit. So let's see what the FSL long was like. That was the only other thing I was watching. Now, this is kind of a dip that I'd get in on. It's actually back to where it was, but we're in the afternoon. Bit of a dip to buy off at the 940s. It's actually the level that I was looking at before. Tempting. Wouldn't mind one more dip, and then I'd probably take it long, but I've been talking for 2.5 hours. Peace. Nice to see you guys. Crazy webinar, crazy long time. But happy to help you guys.